from the Digital Media Center on the campus of Southern Oregon University in Ashland, Oregon. This is Ramping Up Your English, an educational program for intermediate level English language learners. Here's your host for Ramping Up Your English, John Letts.
Welcome to Ramping Up Your English, an educational support program for intermediate English learners. It's a program for people of all language backgrounds. Ramping Up Your English is also for people of all ages. Now, if you've already passed the beginning stages of learning English and you want to reach higher levels of proficiency, this program is designed to help you meet your needs. We take a content-based approach to helping you reach higher levels of English proficiency. Our current thematic unit is animals, and this is segment 1 of episode 36. You'll need to do a little writing for today's episode. Now, don't worry if you can't write in English. You'll just need to copy down a few words. Pencil or pen and paper will be necessary. I suggest starting a notebook for today's episode and for future episodes. Dedicate your notebook exclusively to ramping up your English and label the pages by date and episode number. This is episode 36. In our last episode, we saw how an organization dedicated to stray cats takes in homeless cats and prepares them for adoption into a good home. In this episode, we'll learn more about that organization, but we'll also use our video clips to help you assess your English listening proficiency and to give you strategies to better understand your target language of English. So, let's see how much you understand the video clip we play next. We'll have a short quiz when it's over. A volunteer plays with kittens, one of many activities that helps a local organization called C.A.T.S. get strays off the street and into good homes. C.A.T.S. stands for Committed Alliance to Strays. We talked to board member Marcia Foster and office manager Sandra Fowler, asking what motivates them to work so hard for C.A.T.S.
I love working here. I've had different jobs. I loved my last job and it was great. Love the people I work with. But here I really feel like I'm making a difference, not only for the cats that are here, but for the community, because we are working to get the cats off the street, which are a problem. We have a big problem here with stray cats and abandoned cats, and so it's gratifying to know that I'm making a difference. And not only that, but I love cats. I've had cats in my family all my life.
My motivation, first I should just say that I grew up always having cats around, and I have one that slept with me every night. We moved here 12 years ago, and before that my girlfriend, whom now presently has moved away from here, was the executive director. So I'd come up to visit for a weekend, and she'd be busy here, so I would come in. And it just, you'd see things, or she'd say, well, can you go do that, can you go do that, go fold the clothes, you know, etc. And I should say towels and things, shouldn't I? But you just start falling in love with them, and you get talking to one in one room, and you get playing in another room with one, and their personalities and everything. So over the years, then we moved here, and I officially started coming down here all the time and doing all kinds of volunteer work. And I know I said before, but I'd end up at the phones, I'd end up wherever I was wanted and whatever I could do. I just was so impressed with this shelter, number one. I love the cats, so there's no denying that. But it became like a passion. And to ever walk away from it is just, I can't imagine, because they give you so much. They fill your heart up. They do.
This little one took enough of our hearts to be allowed to play among our video equipment. Now, if any of our viewers are motivated to get involved, Fowler says there are many ways to help.
Any help that anybody can give us is great, whether that be money, time, food. We have a wish list that's on our website, which is kittensandcats.org. We still need things like bleach and laundry detergent because we go through those all the time. Foster parents, volunteers, sustainable donors. Even if you just have an hour one day to come in and love on some kitties, they love that. We don't always have the time we'd like to give to.
Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, an instructional support program for intermediate level English learners. Our program is designed to use the power of TV and the internet to help you improve your listening proficiency, as well as reading, writing, and speaking. This is segment 2 of episode 36. I have a quick quiz for you about the video clip we just watched. One of the following was discussed in the video clip. A, exercise, B, cat food, C, motivation, and D, dealing with hairballs. Pick both the letter and the answer so you can accurately see how well you understood. Now, even if you felt a bit lost, be sure to pick one answer. You may have understood better than you think. Now, which of these was discussed in the video clip? Well, here's the answer. It's C. Both guests discussed their motivation for doing the work they do with cats. Now, that's only one of the things they talked about. What other subject did they discuss? Ways people can help. B, why kittens play. C, the reproductive cycle of cats. Or D, feline diseases. Again, pick both the letter and the answer. Which of these were in the video clip we just saw? The correct answer is A, ways that people can help. Now, if you answered them both correctly, your listening comprehension skills are getting better and you have a great attention span. If you got one of the two, then you're doing well in your target language. If you got neither of them correct, think about what you did understand. Perhaps you recognize some English words, or maybe the word motivation is new to you. Always acknowledge and celebrate what you do know. Water it with good hope like you would water a plant with water. The plant will grow, and so will your listening comprehension. Not only that, you'll have another chance to check out your listening comprehension when we return.
Is it true that ramping up your English is going to the dogs?
Brandy.
Yes, it is. And cats, horses, rabbits, geese, jaguars, and more. Join us in our new unit on animals. Ramping Up Your English is for intermediate English learners from all language backgrounds and all ages. We take a content-based approach to helping you reach higher levels of English proficiency. Our new thematic unit is animals. This science unit helps viewers advance in language functions that will stretch their English skills and learn a few things from dogs as well.
Openness, trust, faithfulness, loyalty, playfulness, and more. The qualities that we as humans really do need to learn and to have in our lives on a daily basis because they deliver such beautiful rewards.
Ramping Up Your English can be seen on the Ashland Home Network on channels 15 and 115. It's on channel 182 on Charter Cable in the rest of Southern Oregon. Join us for better English and a grand time with animals.
Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, an instructional support program for intermediate level English learners. Now, if you're working to get better at English, you're in the right place. Welcome to the program. This is segment 2 of episode 36. In the last segment, we viewed a video clip about an organization that helped stray cats. We're going to see another part of that video, and again, it will be followed by a short quiz, a check for understanding. Watch and listen to this video clip.
I asked how someone would need to prepare if they decided to take one of these cats home with them?
One, you're going to have to be prepared to give away part of your heart because they are going to take it, whether you want it or not. But seriously, they need a litter box. They need food and water. Clean water is really, really important. Even if you have a cat that's outside, especially in the heat, they need a place to go to, you know, a place that's all their own, a bed,
Little
toys. You're gonna have to be patient with them because we can't explain to them that they're going to a new home and this is gonna be their forever home. At first, they're gonna be scared. They're gonna, you know, probably hide or maybe act out a little bit. A little patience with them to get used to it, and love and food, lots of food.
Fowler says that food does not include cow's milk.
Regular cow's milk is not good for cats. It will give them diarrhea. So unless you want to deal with that, you don't want to give that to them. If you have little kittens that still need like their mama's milk and their mom isn't there, there's kitten milk replacement. The brand we use is called KMR, kitten milk replacement, that can be found at the pet stores. There's other brands too, but other than that, do the best quality food that you can afford for a cat. And you know, some people can only afford the bulk food that comes in things, and that's fine. There's no problem with that. Some cats do need to be on a grain-free. We had one that he had bowel issues, and we tried him on lots of different grain-frees until we found one specifically that he can use. So it's tuna. People tuna is not good for cats either. So stick strictly to cat food, or go online and look up, you know, how to make your own, you know, meals for your cat. There are lots of videos out there now if you want to cook plain chicken, plain different kinds of fish that don't have the bones in it kind of thing. You can do that if you want to, but there's lots of good brands of cat food out there.
And wet food too.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English. We take a content-based approach to helping you improve your English. Our current theme is animals, and today's episode focuses on cats. Now, we're still in segment 2 of episode 36. Here's the quick quiz to see how much you understood of the clip we just showed. Which of the following was discussed in the last clip? Well, A, why a cat's tail is an important adaptation. B, preparing to adopt the cat. C, the 9 lives of cats. And D, how cats show affection. Now choose both the number and the answer. Write down your answer. I'll reveal the correct answer in a moment. Now, this quiz is not only an assessment, it's also a check for understanding. That's a helpful strategy for understanding oral and written language. Break video clips into small chunks and ask yourself what that portion was about. Now, even if you're wrong, forming the habit of checking will help you reflect on your thinking process and increase comprehension for future input. Ready for the correct answer? It's B, preparing to adopt the cat. Here's a question about another topic in the video clip. Which of these subjects was discussed in the video clip? A, cat fights. B, food. C, how kittens are born. Or D, why cats hunt birds. Again, write down the letter and the answer that best answers the question. If you picked D, how kittens are born, you picked the wrong answer. Now, you may have decided, since the previous answers were other letters than D, that D would be correct by default. That's not an effective strategy on a multi-choice quiz, and even if it were, it would keep you from benefiting from the quiz. The correct answer is B. Now, this may have been easy for you to recognize, since food and eating are likely to be some of the first vocabulary you learned in English. The next quiz is coming in segment 3 along with the next video clip. We'll be back right after this.
What's a horse doing on Ramping Up Your English? We're galloping toward a new unit, animals. So we're in the country meeting some horses. Horses are just one of the many animals that will help viewers ramp up their English.
So funny. Our Mr. Cowboy, you loving that?
Horses, boy, I'm getting the flies. You see, horses have to deal with flies. Coming soon to RVTV Voices, a new unit on Ramping Up Your English, an educational support program for intermediate level English learners from all language backgrounds. So how can horses help you improve your English? Watch Ramping Up Your English to find out on channels 15 and 115 in Ashland and channel 182 on Charter Cable in Southern Oregon.
Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English. We have another video clip about cats and an organization that rescues stray cats and gets them ready for adoption. It'll be followed by a quick quiz, so watch and listen carefully.
Oh, room 2. Oh my God. Really? Really? She's a nice girl. She's yeah. I can't look at either name. What are you doing?
Kittens are cute, and so are small children, but Fowler says that's seldom a good combination.
Here we have a policy to not adopt cats 6 months of age or younger into a house with a kid that is 6 years of age or younger. There are exceptions to that rule depending on how the kid interacts, and we watch that, but we reserve the right to say that's just not a good mix. It's very important to teach your children how to deal with cats and any pets at all. You know, petting them gently, not picking them up by the head. You know, don't pull their tail. When you do that, you have a lot more variety of animals and ages to work with.
Now, what about the difference in general between adopting a kitten and a mature cat?
Kitten,
A youthful teenager, very youthful teenager.
Kittens are a lot of fun. They're crazy. They run around. They play. You know, you never know what they're going to do. They bounce. They trounce. Everything. But that personality is not necessarily what they're going to be when they're grown up. An adult cat, you know what you're getting. Their personality is there. They're a little more laid back, a little more calm. That's not to say that they won't play, as there's many, even, she was talking about Chester earlier. He's our old guy. He's the oldest one we have right now. He's 17, makes him about 84 in people years, and he still plays.
He's
and he runs to get his soft food at night. But you know his personality. You know the personality of the older cats. It's sort of a big question mark with a kitten, but they're cute. They're fun. They're,
Oh.
Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate level English learners. You may have noticed that this is not of value to beginners. It's for those who have passed the beginning stages of learning English and want to improve their English skills. If that's you, you're watching the right program. This is segment 3 of episode 36. We ended the last episode with a video clip about an organization that rescues stray cats and gets them ready to be adopted into good, loving homes. Here's the first question about the last episode we showed. Choose the correct answer from the ones below. What was discussed in the preceding video clip? A cat's body temperature. B, why cats land on their feet. C, age-appropriate adoptions. Or D, the insulating value of cat fur. Read the possible answers over carefully. Only one of them refers to the subject of discussion in the last clip. The best answer is C, age-appropriate adoptions. Our guest talked about their policy of not placing kittens under 6 weeks of age with families having kids less than 6 years of age. They discussed a similar yet separate subject in the previous video clip. Let's see if you can choose it from this list. A, cat beauty pageants. B, cat videos. C, why cats purr. Or D, the difference between kittens and mature cats. Now be sure to record the letter and the answer. We won't have any more quizzes after this one today. Only one of the 4 is correct. And here is the correct answer. It's D, the difference between kittens and mature cats. Our guest asserted that it's often hard to determine the personality of a mature cat by what it does as a kitten. So D is the best answer. The video clip said nothing about the 3 other answers. I have a quick note on vocabulary before seeing the last part of the video clip. The word kitten refers to a young, immature cat. The word cat is what a kitten grows up to be, but it's also the generic term for this kind of animal. So a kitten is a cat, but not all cats are kittens. And then there's the word kitty. It's a word used by those fond of cats. When it's used by itself, a kitty can be any age. The word kitty is also sometimes followed by the word cat. You'll hear people say kitty cat. Again, the term has nothing to do with the age. I just think it's a fun thing to say. Let's watch the rest of the video clip, and this time we'll come back without a quiz.
I'm gonna Lucy. Okay, buy me a white folder. Look at him. He's taking a picture of you.
Cats come with claws. It's part of what makes them a cat. Well, I asked Sandra Fowler how people can meet the challenge of clipping those claws.
You clip just as you'd clip your own nails, you clip a cat's nails, and that is something that we are always willing to show people how to do if you don't know how to do it, because there is what's called the quick in a nail, and it's sort of, if the nail is coming out like this, there's going to be a section right here that's going to be pink, and that's called the quick, and that's actually skin. So it does hurt them, and it will bleed if you cut into it. We've all actually done that here by accident and feel horrible about it. But if you stay above that, just do the tip of the nail, you should be fine. And like I said, we're willing to show anybody how to cut nails.
And many times you've actually, when cats are from here, somebody's made an appointment, brought the cat back over because they were just a little scared about clipping them, and they have taken care of it beautifully.
Yeah, we have no problem doing that.
So you guys do follow-up after somebody's?
Yes. Not for every cat. Most people take care of it themselves, but you know, there's some people who are just very nervous about it, or they're older and they just don't have the eyesight that they used to get it done, and so they bring them in here and we take care of that for them.
Both Sandra Fowler and Marcia Foster advocate getting cats spayed or neutered.
Getting your cats fixed, or any cats in the neighborhood fixed. There are programs that can help you do that. It cuts down on the strays that are around. A lot of the strays don't make it through the winter, don't make it through the summer. They can, get hit by cars, all kinds of not nice things that can happen, but you can call us. We can give you numbers of who to call, or you can call SNP, which is SNYP, Spay and Neuter Your Pet. They always have coupons. We have coupons if you have a stray at your house that you're feeding that you can touch. You can come here and buy a SNP coupon for $25. And there's a list of vets on the back that accept those. That's a really great deal because it usually costs much more than that. But if you have your own cats and don't have the money to get them fixed, call SNP and they can usually help you.
And if you just have to see some cute kittens, you can always volunteer at C.A.T.S in Medford, or just watch more of this episode. Committed Alliance to Strays helps us learn more about cats and continues their mission to care for stray cats and get them ready for a good home.
Cute, cute, cute. Well, welcome back to Ramping Up Your English. We're learning to improve our English using the theme of animals, and today's show is about cats. We have several sayings about cats in English. My favorite is the question, "Has the cat got your tongue?" That's what people say when they expect someone to talk and they don't. It's often used when someone should explain something they've done but are too embarrassed to talk about it. The questioner might ask, "What's the matter? The cat's got your tongue?" There's also the saying that it's raining cats and dogs. It means it's raining hard. Being catty means rejecting or putting down another in an indirect way. She must be jealous the way she made some catty remarks. Then there's the scaredy-cat. Cats often run to avoid danger, and they run with sudden bursts of speed. When someone's perceived to be afraid, they're sometimes called a scaredy-cat. A cat fight, when it does not involve a cat, is a vicious fight between two people. This kind of fight often involves fingernails and biting. If you've ever seen two cats fight, you'd understand. A cat call has nothing to do with calling a cat. It's what a group of boys say to get the attention of a girl using embarrassing or inappropriate language. Now, cats are nimble enough to survive brushes with disaster. Their uncanny way of emerging unharmed leads to the saying that a cat has 9 lives. Another favorite is curiosity killed the cat. Now, that's from behavior that cats have of seeming to disregard danger in order to satisfy their curiosity. When a person is too curious or too nosy, they might be told that curiosity killed the cat. When I said that to a friend in junior high, he responded smugly, "But the satisfaction brought him back." So if you know more about idioms about cats, please share them on my website, letscreate.org. You'll find all the materials from today's show there. You can watch all 36 episodes of Ramping Up Your English there. You can also watch this episode and even download it at archive.org/details/ROGUE-TV. Choose Ramping Up Your English from the sidebar on the right, or choose my name, John Letts. This is episode 36. This program runs on channels 15 and 115 on the Ashland Home Network and on channel 182 on Charter Cable in Southern Oregon. See us on the RVTV programming schedule for RVTV Voices at rvtv.sou.edu. Channels and showtimes may vary in other areas. And that's about all the time we have for Ramping Up Your English. I want to thank my loyal crew, RVTV staff, and I want to thank you for watching. See you next time on Ramping Up Your English. I'm John Letts.
You've been watching Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate level English language learners. Learn more. Visit our website at letscreate.org. You can also watch or download today's program at archive.org/details/ROGUE-TV. Join us next time on RVTV Voices for Ramping Up Your English.